When it gets cold outside, it's great to retreat indoors and make a big batch of fresh scones. These Harvest Moon scones are made with flour, Jersey milk, and good butter. Now, I can get a hold of pretty much everything except for the Jersey milk because I don't live anywhere near any of the Jerseys, but I think we can still adapt this tasty recipe. First, some Scone Jam. Now you can use strawberries for this, but I prefer raspberries. Place a bag of frozen ones in a pot with some grated apple, lemon juice, and sugar. Bring it to a boil. The apple is here not for flavor, it's to help the jam set naturally. You won't really taste it. It's a cool little jam trick. Alright, now cook this fancy fruit mass for about 15 minutes on medium heat, mashing the fruit as you stir. When it's thick and gorgeous like this, turn off the heat and finish it off with a pinch of salt and a little bit of butter. Once it's cooled down a bit, you can ladle it into a pretty jar. Congrats, you made Scone Jam. Keep it in the fridge. Let's make some scones to spread this on. Alright, instead of Jersey milk, I'm using half and half, which is pretty rich stuff, kinda like Jersey milk. Add an egg, and whisk it to combine. Reserve a little bit of this mixture for later. Go preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Alright, using a large bowl, mix flour, baking powder, sugar, and a little bit of salt. You can sift this, or like me, mix it with your hands. Farm cooking is pretty handsy. Time for butter. Use your hands and mix in the butter, rubbing it against the flour with your fingertips. This part's pretty fun. It's a pretty satisfying feel if you've never done this before. It should look pretty sandy when you're done, like this. Alright, now add your dairy mixture and mix it in with a spatula. Don't worry about overmixing here. These are European scones, so they don't mind being a little overworked. In fact, once you're done mixing, you're gonna want to knead the dough for about 30 seconds on a lightly floured surface. Cool. Now, we want it rolled out to about an inch thickness. You can use a rolling pin, but the dough is pretty pliable enough to use your hands. Punch out 2-inch rounds. Feel free to re-roll the dough though after you get the first batch done. The second batch will be just as good. Once you've got your scones lined up on a parchment-lined sheet, brush them with your reserved mixture. Alright, turn down your oven to 425 and cook for 12 to 15 minutes or until the top is lightly golden. Whoa. Alright, let them cool a while. When you're ready to eat, place a scone on your plate. Dollop on a generous amount of that jam you made. These are usually served with clotted cream, but that's kind of hard to find in the States, and it's also kind of pricey. Mascarpone cheese tastes very similar, and it's also very affordable. That's what I use. Slice your scone in half, and spread on your cream. Then spread on your jam. Oh, and make sure that you also brew a big pot of your favorite tea. Tea time, Harvest Moon style. Yummy! Thanks to my producers who make this all possible. You can be featured here if you hit up my Patreon. Mother 3 Magic Cake is a great tea time treat that's just as easy to make as these scones. Check it out! Also, be sure to hit me up on all the links in my video description. I'm happy to chat. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. Thanks! Bye!